Americans are using plastic again, according to a new report from the Federal Reserve. Credit card debt is at an all-time high in this country, toppling $1 trillion. That's more than the previous record set in April 2008 at the brink of the financial crisis. Joining us now is Ramsey Solutions financial expert, author of Retire Inspired, Chris Hogan. Chris, good morning. So what does this say to you? A record that credit card debt is at a record in this country right now.
Yeah, it really and truly is alarming to me because of the trend that we're on. Americans have developed an appetite for debt, and it's one of those things that there seems to be no lack of it. And so continuing to consume it only puts your future in danger. I foresee Americans having to work harder and longer and delaying their retirement dreams to take care of this debt.
Obviously, it's an issue if it's happening at a time when the stock market is at all-time highs versus the last time we saw a record was during the brink of the financial crisis. So obviously an interesting trend there. But Chris, we're also spending more than ever on college. This is a major expense for families, a major concern and worry for most families. The average for 1 year of college right now is over $24,000 a year. That's the latest according to Sallie Mae. But parents seem determined still, as 9 out of 10 families know that their children will go to college. Yet less than half have not mapped out a path to pay the bills. So, Chris, what advice do you have for parents when they're caught between saving for college and saving for their retirement?
Well, Sandra, I can tell you this. It's a no-brainer for me. When you step back and you look at this, there's a 50-50 chance that your kid goes to college and actually graduates. But there's a 100% chance that you're going to have to retire. And so I want to encourage parents out there to just hold on for a minute, stop this madness, and really step back and take a look. There are many ways kids can go to college or maybe trade school or to get a job. But to put off your financial future to send your kid to college, I mean, it's absolutely insane, and it scares me.
Wait. So you're saying put away money for retirement first and let your kids figure out how to pay for college later?
No, what I'm saying is have a discussion and find out, is college in your kid's future? If it is, let's make sure they're getting the right kinds of grades and the right kinds of scores, but also applying for grants and scholarships.
That can be tough, Chris, when a lot of us are making that decision when our kids are toddlers, deciding to have a 529, which is a popular way to save money for college. You set aside money tax-free. John, obviously something you look at often. Is the trend still to sock away money for college?
Well, I think it has to be, because the returns to a higher education are so great right now. But what I want to point to with Chris is a statistic you just pointed, that there's 50% chance that you're going to go to college and graduate. It seems to me that if you're a parent talking to your kid and you're saying, I'm going to support you going to college, there has to be a commitment that you're going to graduate, because so many families right now, so many kids are going to college, taking on debt and not finishing, and then they're being left with the debt and not the degree, and then they're really worse off. Doesn't there have to be an agreement between parents and kids? You're going to college, you promised me today you're going to do everything you can to finish.
Spoken like a man with teenagers at home. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, I think there definitely needs to be a clear conversation about college and what it all entails. But listen, if you go to class every day and you show up every single day and you participate, you can graduate. But I think parents are just doing this. College has become this thing to do out of habit instead of really stepping back and looking at how it fits into your future and what you can afford. An in-state school tuition is around $9,000 as compared to over $25,000 for out-of-state.
Well, Chris, also it's Kevin Kelly here, also isn't one of the situations, too, is that you don't want to send your kid to college and then have them get a job where they're making $40,000 a year, or you don't want to spend $150,000 to then get a job that can't support your college debts.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I mean, I've seen many people graduate with that kind of job paying $30,000 and got $130,000 in student loans. Listen, we just have to help our young people understand math, understand the true costs, but more importantly, understand there are multiple ways that you can go to school. You can work part-time while taking classes at night. You can go to community college and knock out the prerequisites and then transfer. So there are many, many options. I just want parents to have that conversation and not ultimately leave it up to the children.
So let's deal with the the 529 because a lot of parents do see this as the way to safely save for their kids' education. A lot of us do it, but there is concern that are you saving too much? Are you going to have leftover? How does the 529 work? If you're saving for your oldest child and that child doesn't need all the money you set aside, can you use the leftover for the next child?
Well, the beauty of a 529 is that actually that money is growing tax-free, and you can actually pass it down to relatives of the individual it was originally intended. So it can stay in the family and move on, and so it's a great opportunity. I would caution people to avoid state-sponsored 529s and really invest in the type that allow you to pick what you're investing in.
Really interesting. We've got a lot of people weighing in on social media as we have this conversation. A viewer just tweeted us, not everyone has to go to college or work while in college. Tech schools are great, low cost and trade skills learned. So viewers, weigh in on what you think about all this. Chris Hogan, thank you for weighing in.
Thank you so much.
All right.